Hey, thanks for watching All Day Live. Appreciate everyone taking the time to watch. You know, as I'm WillPWilson, this is All Day Live. I try to put together these programs for our community. And as you can see in the background, this is the May 18, 2014 memorial services, family services, and friends to Lawrence Ringo, one of the great pioneers in LCB, cannabis, whatever. It's a very complex field that a lot of us are just beginning to learn about, so I can't even tell you what the abbreviations mean. Even people that may be coming up with other abbreviations, some things we don't even know yet. And Lawrence Ringo was one of those people that did come up with stuff, new strains, pioneered in it. Great pioneer, great musician, great family man, great leader in California's cannabis movement. Lawrence Ringo at the Mateel Community Center, May 18, 2014, some incredible people came to show their greatest respects, including Tim Blake, the cannabis, Emerald Cannabis Cup, founded in 2003 by Tim Blake. So look forward to an interview with him as well. It's a great honor. I'm WillPWilson, this is All Day Live, so stay tuned, let's watch. Thank you.
He's a genius. That's awesome. So what online classes have you done
Good afternoon. Hi, this is Carrie. Really had to just come up to the mic and say a few words about how Ringo influenced me like he did so many, so I just wanted to join that choir. Such a generous person, and he took me to my first Cannabis Cup, a High Times Cannabis Cup in Oakland, and he said, come down with me and I'll get you in, but I want you to do a radio report. And of course I wanted to, that's what I wanted to do. But he really encouraged me to talk more about cannabis, do more reporting about it, and was one of my influences to decide to do a monthly show, Cannabis Consciousness. And I didn't know at the time a lot of what I would be talking about was Ringo's work with CBDs. So it was really sad when he passed. I found out on a Friday, and Sunday we did a whole memorial for Ringo, and it was just, he was a really awesome person, and I'm glad to know him. And I knew Kat first when I first moved here, and we're all going to miss him, and he's still going to be an influence in all our lives. And I hope we never forget to remember Ringo every day and every year. Thanks.
I'm Tim, and a number of years ago, I made a show up at the Emerald Cup to sell seeds, and my partner wouldn't let him do it because it was too dangerous. I really felt bad about that. And then a year later, we got together and really made peace on that. And I asked Ringo, I said, why are you doing this? You know, it's like Ed had said, it goes, because it has to be done. You know, regardless of the risk and regardless of anything else, the genetics have to go out there, the medicine has to be out there. And then I watched Kat and Ringo go out over the last number of years and just go to HepCon, High Times, all the different cups, all the different shows, and just risk their freedom. And not to make money. I mean, it was truly righteous, as we all know. And just a beautiful soul, one of the most inspirational people I've ever met. I've seen so many people in this industry. I looked up to Ringo, we're about the same age, but I really looked at him as like a leader, you know, as like somebody who wanted to take the kernel of what we are in the triangle and bring it out to the rest of the world. And we were talking about moving the cup down to Sonoma, and I asked him because it was really a big move, and said, we have to do it, because we have to take our energy down there and show people who we are. And that's what he did. And he talked to Leo from Swift Fishing Island and all the seed kids out there now. There's so many of them. They went there just a few years ago. And Ringo inspired all of them to come out. And they all have a lot of gratitude to him. They all revere him and Kat for what they did. And I just appreciate them for inspiring me to do the Copper movement and bring it to the world, because their genetics and what they've done are just spreading out across the country and the world. And I just love you both.
Anyway, hang in there. This is the program we put together all day live for the Lawrence Ringo Memorial, May 18, 2014, at the Mateel Community Center. I hope everyone enjoys this. The music is incredible. It's about 4 one-hour episodes of this. Interviews with Tim Blake, the founder of the Cannabis Emerald Cup in California. It should be very, very informative listening to these founders and the fact that we can pay a tribute to one of the great legends in our time, to have known that someone like Lawrence Ringo actually, sad to say, we should still have him here with us. He contributed so much to all of everything from every part of our community. There's no way to explain the loss. But we get to hear from his family and friends. So let's hang in there. Let's listen to it. I'm looking forward to it as well. Thank you for watching All Day Live. WillPWilson.
said you did the National Geographic thing with her. Yeah?
Sherry Glazer? She wasn't part of, well, which one?
You said you did a National Geographic thing where she went around to places to get the green thumbs up, like support cannabis businesses.
They might have included it. What they did was they came and shot a sizzle reel. National Geographic was talking about doing a 13-part series, beating the Emerald Cup, about the Emerald Cup. All the characters involved. Well, no, this just happened just recently. And they came in and shot Kevin Jodby from Grass, and they shot Mickey and Swami, and they did Leo from Aficionado. They shot 20-minute interviews for like 16 hours, and they were just like, oh my God, we were going to do all these other things, but this is so awesome. I think we just want to do a whole reality show on the Emerald Cup, all the way through because it's all tension and drama and bullshit. But we said, look, we don't want to do that. We want to do something based on all these characters. So they came in and they were like, there's so many characters, and we can actually do this without having to create that phony tension and drama. And so they shot a sizzle reel. They're going to come back in the next 3 weeks and tell us whether they're going to follow us for 6 months and do a 13-part series to air over the fall. And if they do that, are you going right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you're just going, huh?
We're good.
Oh, we were just talking about the National Geographic reality show they're talking about doing, which they just saw a sizzle reel, and we're going to know in the next 3 weeks about whether they're going to do a 13-part series leading into the Emerald Cup this year. And not doing it as a tension-based kind of drama, bullshit reality show, but as a character-driven show with all the different characters of the Emerald Cup. They're a part of the community and family. Oh, sorry. That's okay. That's okay, I gotta do something. But we were talking about your background and the Farmville stuff that we got here. I was talking
It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about me. It's about you.
About me?
Yes.
Well, about me. Well, the Emerald Cup is just about sustainable outdoor gardening and inspiring people to grow organic medicine so that we can get everybody across the country getting the proper kind of medicine and not harming the environment and teaching people how to do it all outdoors. And so that's what we were talking about with you, what you're doing 20 years ago. And we were talking about the Arts and Ecology Center, which wouldn't come in last couple of years because they didn't want to be affiliated with cannabis. And this year they're agreeing to do it because they realize as a permaculture center, the kids aren't coming in and wanting to learn traditional farming techniques. They do, but they want to learn how to do it with cannabis, not gardening vegetables and fruits and whatnot. So we finally convinced them that they really need to embrace the cannabis movement, and they are, just like all the hospice centers are, and all the traditional business centers, and all the traditional business people, like in Laytonville and Willits. They're all coming in because they know that it's time now, that it's time to embrace the business and the commerce and industry of cannabis, because it's the #1 growth industry in the country and in the world, and it's finally reached its pinnacle of time.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do.
How's the Emerald? Give us a little bit about the Emerald Cup.
The Emerald Cup? This is our 11th year of the Emerald Cup. We're an outdoor organic cannabis competition. We're at the Sonoma County Fairgrounds. We moved there last year and had 6,700 people. This year we're going to have 10,000. The Santa Rosa people in the Sonoma County Fairgrounds embraced us because we convinced them that we would do a cannabis country fair along the lines of what we all grew up with, where you go and see the fruits and the vegetables and smell the farm animals and whatnot. And
Let's move. That's all right. We're still getting it. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay, so like I said, this is our 11th year, and the Sonoma County Fairgrounds embraced the cup because we convinced them that we would do a cannabis country fair, a wholesome show, old-fashioned rock and roll, no rap, no electronic, families coming in. We had families, all organic food, all organic cup, 100 couches. People came in and felt like they were at home. It was comfortable, and they embraced it.
Where was this at?
This is Sonoma County Fairgrounds in Santa Rosa, and we moved it from the Emerald Triangle down there. We weren't sure if we could bring the culture and the vibe to that area, and we did by bringing in 100 couches, by bringing all of our people from Sonoma and Mendocino and Humboldt, everybody into that show. We actually were able to show that we could create that vibe, which we weren't sure, because we did it here at the Mateel Center 2 years ago, and it was the biggest show they've ever done. And then we decided to branch out and move to Sonoma, and that was a big step for us. So we're very proud of that. And this year we're going to take over 3 more buildings. We're taking over 2 more kitchens. We're going to take over the main entrance, and they're going to allow us to double the size of the show so that we can really bring it to the patients and the public. Really, that's what it is. The largest.
This is 2014. What's the website?
The website is theemeraldcup.com.
Okay.
You can go and look at the 260 strains we had last year. It was the largest display of outdoor organic medicine ever in the world put together. And it was the largest cannabis competition. This year will be bigger and better. We've added on edibles contests, salves contests, tinctures. It's expanding so quickly.
Yeah.
And so
And what date is it?
December 13th and 14th of this year, Saturday and Sunday. We'll have 16 panels throughout the 2 days. Leading speakers and medical people, scientists, doctors in the world coming in, talking about children and cannabis, elderly and cannabis, hospice care, how elderly people can be relieved of pain and have comfort and anxiety by cannabis and by medicine. And we're very proud. We used to be an all-night party.
Yeah.
And now last year we were called an educational forum, which for us, being the wild Mendocino and humble party boys and girls, that was quite a tribute.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah.
So it's theemeraldcup.com.
It's theemeraldcup.com.
And they can still sign in and get booths?
Oh no, booths have just started. We've expanded. We have an extra 150 booths. The competition will be from November 1st to December 1st. You can get all the information on that. You can go to Facebook, The Emerald Cup, and we'll have a regular blog going on, lots of information going on to it, great music coming into it, and people will be really amazed at the quality of the show.
And there may be Emerald Cups in all 50 states coming up?
You know, it's interesting. We've had offers to franchise it and go all over the place. I never really thought that I wanted to do it because we spend so much time making a real, honest, objective competition. I mean, that's the basis of our show. Is it's not a bought-out competition. The judges get one sample like for each entry. They don't get anything but a number. They don't get the strain. They don't get any testing results. It's a blind test, and it's based upon the smell, the look, the taste, and the high. All their scores combined. And so to replicate that in other parts of the country, we weren't sure how we could do that and keep it real. And now there's so many people that want to join in and do it in their states that I've had offers to actually franchise it.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually considering that at this point because everybody should have their own competition like this across the country. You know, cannabis country fair in every state in the country.
Well, they better get a hold of you.
Well, they already have.
Yeah.
They've already got 2 different groups that want to do it right now. And so we're talking about it. And interesting.
The Emerald Cup.
TheEmeraldCup.com.
Awesome.
Should include that original one that they were
texting on your smartphone, and you know that you're not alone. Staring at your Facebook page, sucking up all your rage. It's another tragic distraction. Not another tragic distraction. It's another tragic distraction. Not another tragic distraction. It's another tragic distraction. Not another tragic distraction. It's another tragic distraction. Not another tragic distraction.
Here, that's. Including Kristen Floor, the daughter of Richard Floor, the Montana medical cannabis provider grower that was arrested, being one of the leaders at 2,500 patients, was helping them. Was thrown in a federal penitentiary, denied medical support that he needed. He's a Vietnam veteran, was passed away a year and a half ago, due to lack of proper medical attention that he should have had while being illegally, because he was not illegally operating in the state of Montana. He's following all state laws perfectly. He was just the leader in it. These characters that call themselves in charge, that control the whole system. You know, it's time that we as a people realize, you know, this is a fascist thing that's going on. And it's time that maybe even the guys that come out and are hired to come out and arrest us should think about what they're doing to the very country that they themselves have to live with and in and for and of as we as a people. You know, it's time we start to look at what's going on. Cannabis, medical cannabis, nuclear contamination removes it, does remove it. From the soil, from the body, from the water. We're in an extinction event, people. Are we playing games of let's be honest and commit suicide? Good law-abiding suiciders? I don't know. It's up to you to think about that. Even you thugs that come out and break down doors and steal people's property and all that stuff. What are you going to do once the Fukushima contamination begins to get you as well? It's all of us. It's all of us to come out of our haze that we're in, or these globalist Monsanto freaks, Rothschild, whatever you call them, ordering us to do what we're supposed to be, just subservient little suicide lab rats to just go ahead and just give our lives up just because you told us to? What's coming down? It's pretty strange. In the meantime, think about it. Cannabis, it's not just hippies smoking it. Matter of fact, less than 9% of that industry has anything to do with people finding recreational feeling from it. It has to do with medical. So it provides cancer treatment, cancer cures. Oh, that's right, we're not supposed to find cancer cures, are we? We're just supposed to be good little robots and go die for these guys, aren't we? Anyway, stay tuned, let's watch. It's WillPWilson. It's about time we start to think as a people and do, and stop putting up with a bunch of global crime syndicates to think they're in charge when they're ordering us to go commit suicide, where their greedy thugs can sit and rob us and loot us and steal our medicine and other things and put our people and leaders in jail for just trying to help our community. It's time to think about that. AllDayLive, let's watch. Thank you for watching.
Far and so many people have benefited that, you know, I had to come here to pay my respects and really keep promoting his genetics. And really happy to be here and meet all of you and be a part of this family. Thanks.
I'm on a low budget, but we work.
So let's start over. Go ahead.
Okay, so Larry Gershman. By title, I'm chairman and CEO of a company called Gelstat Corporation. And we are about to become one of the leaders in the world today of manufacturing, distributing, importing, and dispensing high CBD, low THC product to potentially treat a bunch of diseases, including migraines, and cancer, and arthritis, and epilepsy, and Crohn's and diverticulitis, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I became, amazingly enough, coming from very different worlds, I became very good friends with Ringo in the last 2 years. In the last 2 years, he and I started developing not just a friendship, but a business relationship. And the reason for the business relationship, very simply, was that my understanding about life and business is that if we could validate the actual technology, understand more about what CBDs can do to treat certain disorders, and do that clinically with validation from not only universities but also leading clinicians in the different fields, that having the clinical validation would be the supporting mechanism to be able to build not just a business around, but also support a global idea. Literally using CBDs to treat a host of disorders at a very low price. Because when you compare the cost of producing CBDs, whether it's coming out of the ground, and we're doing the extractions from the plant, or whether we're developing certain genetics that are actually enhancing the CBDs, and the levels of strains of marijuana and or industrial hemp producing those CBDs, then we could easily, on an affordable scale, build an incredible business model. So, thanks to Ringo, we've actually now taken his strains, and we are going to be trademarking those strains under the name Ringo's Oil, and creating a royalty situation for Ringo's estate, but also to treat patients from all over the world who can't afford to get the medicine, and develop those clinical trials so that we have the validation worldwide that proves that CBDs in different dosages and so on, under the right circumstances, can in fact cure certain or treat certain diseases and disorders. So I just wanted to let the world know that his legacy through us is not going to die ever. Because his legacy through us, we hope, will live on for many, many generations. Because that's what he wanted, and that's what I personally believe can do the world a whole lot of good. So he never wanted the credit for this. And when I offered him equity in our company, which is a public company, at first he said, well, what am I going to do with the money? I said, well, what you'll do with the money, Ringo, is be able to grow more product and develop better strains, better genetics, work with more people to grow more product, so that we can make the product more available to people all over the world. And he hugged me and kissed me. So I just wanted people to know that we tried our best to keep Ringo alive. Ringo did a world of good to keep a lot of people alive. He lost his battle, but you know, the fight lives on, and thanks to Ringo, we're not going to give up. So that's what I wanted to say.
What's the name of the company?
The company name is called Gelstat Corporation.
Gelstat.
Gelstat. G-E-L-S-T-A-T.
And it's which on the over-the-counter?
I'm sorry?
Over-the-counter American stock exchange?
Right now, it's all. Right now, it's trading in the pink sheets. It's a bulletin board stock. Stock trades as a penny stock, but it's about to explode. For all the right reasons. Thanks to Ringo once again, I realized that if we could figure out how to infuse CBDs into certain products, gums, lozenges, other food substrates, and make the stuff taste good, then we can make it easier to administer. And that's exactly what we've done. Our subsidiary company has actually figured out how to take the CBDs in an oil-based substrate, and infuse it into gums and lozenges. And because the gums and lozenges have a tendency of being able to allow the body to absorb those nutrients and active ingredients faster, it's working better. So thanks to Ringo, again, we've entered into clinical trials with Dr. Roger Cady, who's the leading headache pain care management clinician in America, in Springfield, Missouri. And he's brought us to the Missouri State University. And we're now doing a culture study with Ringo's CBDs. And now we're entering into a phase 1 clinical trial to treat people with severe and extreme migraine. So it's very, very exciting, but we give him all the credit.
What is the contacts website, email?
Gelstat, we have our own website, gelstat.com.
G-E-L-S-T-A-T.
Correct, but you can also reach me. I'm going to give you my information. With Larry Gershman, Chairman and CEO. And I'll give you my phone number is 914-450-6511. And my email address is larrygershman at yahoo.com.
You know, I got 42 million people who watch my TV show.
I didn't know that, but I'd like to talk to you personally because I want to make this an edited video. What just went on the side, so that we can actually put that on our website. So I want to do that as a tribute to Ringo. So that's what I say. I need to talk. Thank you.
Thank you. One more time. Give your full name, everybody. You've been listening. This is All Day Live, so I'm still going to put it on All Day Live. Is that all right? Is that okay? Just
I
everybody.
didn't know that, but that's okay.
I mean, I can. I don't have to. But just see, it's up to you. I got a lot of people that like to hear what you said. I'd like to know about Gelstat. So go ahead.
Larry Gershman.
Larry
Once
Gershman.
again, my name is Larry Gershman. I'm chairman and CEO of Gelstat Corporation.
Okay.
And you can reach me anytime. I'll even give everybody who's listening my phone number. It's 914-450-6511. Okay. Not for a good time call.
Wait a couple of years before you call, and you can't catch up with the guys that won't.
Well, it should be interesting.
Yeah.
But I would love to, seriously, Will. I'd love to talk about doing a live video edit for the website. And
Thank you. I appreciate it.
If you do go to the website, as I mentioned, the leading headache care pain management clinician in America is Dr. Roger Cady.
Right.
His offices are in Springfield, Missouri.
Right.
And he's the first clinician actually doing a live study right now on 40 patients.
Okay.
Treating them with CBDs to treat severe migraines. First of its kind study ever done.
Yeah.
So we're very excited.
Wow. Amazing. Now, this is in California. You guys are out of California. The company's in California.
No, I'm not from California.
Well, where's the company?
The company's based in Florida.
It is.
I live in Connecticut, right? So
Okay.
We're a bi-coastal company.
Yeah. But this is the place to actually, where it probably is going to get more known and whatnot.
Exactly, and we'd love for more people to be able to come and work with us to try to, again, our thrust, our mission is to create low THC, high CBD product. Right. It's available anywhere in the world. Yeah. Because there are no legal constrictions whatsoever. Yeah. And so the idea would be that if we could develop these medicines, and I don't call them medicines, nutraceuticals, at a low enough price, making them available and affordable for anybody.
Right.
That's our mission.
Yeah. In a second here, if you got a second, and everybody else has a second to second.
I don't use seconds.
But this is Matthew Gordon. He's right over here. And I'd like to introduce you to him, if that's all right. Can we do that?
Sure. Have you met this guy?
Hi.
I'm going to this DA thing over at the district attorney fundraiser.
Oh, he's more important. So,
Wow, what a wonderful tribute to a wonderful man.
Right.
What an absolutely wonderful man.
Let me introduce you to him.
Excuse me.
pre-book it. My credit card.
So you're in Denver.
Probably, I just, what the hell? This was very cool. I was explaining to Lee that today,
See you soon.
This is a holiday in the Jewish religion called Lag BaOmer. What's really interesting is that this is considered to be not just a festive day, but also a day where miracles can happen.
Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
Because of our past lives and because of our past work. So I think that was very cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Right.
My name's Matthew.
Larry Gershman, he told me. What's interesting is they used to have bonfires and parties on it.
Okay, I'll gather some wood. No,
I want
it needs to be done. No.
No, what I was explaining to Will, the reason I asked him to, I didn't want him to videotape me, but the reason I wanted to talk to him is because I'm a multiple cancer survivor myself, 4-stage 4 cancer. Wow. Yeah, well, it came in 2 separate waves. The first wave was prostate cancer, and then the second wave after I was finally cancer-free was prostate kidney, kidney brain cancer. So I went this protocol of traditional Western medicine. So for some reason, I'm here. And a couple of years ago, Ringo, obviously, we were like polar opposites. So we became fast friends because he sat me down and he said, I understand that you're a cancer survivor. I said, yeah. He said, well, what do you think it was that helped you? I said, I don't believe that there really was one silver bullet. I do know that when I was going through my chemotherapy, and I was taking the oil that I got, I felt good. Kind of like an oxymoron. I was expecting to feel good when you were in chemotherapy. Like when I say feel good, I was feeling better. And crazy things started happening. They got me off of prednisone. My hair started growing back. I jumped in the pool every day during the summer months and swam every day. And so I got through it. And so Ringo and I talked ad nauseum about the whole idea of developing strains of marijuana, which could eventually evolve into genetic engineering of strains of industrial hemp to create a high CBD, low THC product that would be available legally anywhere in the world. And so he put me on this mission. So in December, I took over a public company called Gelstat. And now we've been to prove that as an anti-inflammatory, CBDs can actually help reducing inflammation, help with migraine, arthritis. Well, here's something exciting. Here's something exciting. I've had success with my strain that I created is highly anti-inflammatory, and my lab tested back from 307% to 0.23% CBD, and another strain that I found that the exact same effect was up to 10% CBD.
Actually, they're not going to be able to hear you guys. Thank you very much. Bring me on.
What I want to say when I got you.
We'll get more TV. Get ready, everybody. AllDayLive. We'll get more in Missouri.
Genesis of a
Matthew's been on AllDayLive for the last...
I've been all day for 40 hours.
It made him know. And he's now like the Mario Andretti or the...
Ready? This is our new gun product that we're just now introducing. I'm introducing it. You can record it or not record it.
No, I want this recorded. This is exciting.
I'm introducing this two ways. I'm introducing it without CBDs as a general market and appetite suppressing gum. Okay. I'm introducing it with 5 milligrams up to 10 milligrams of CBDs, again as an appetite suppressing gum. Those people who are starting now to understand the benefits of CBDs.
Wow, it sounds like the first of many hybrid medications to come.
Well,
if the world's not ready for an electric car, maybe they're ready for hybrid cars.
Exactly.
If they're not ready for alternative cannabis.
I'm a marketing guy by trade. Okay, I was formerly executive director of Ogilvy and Mather Advertising and so on.
I wrote a business plan for...
Watch this later, so can I put that on there? Yeah. So that I can
always ready.
Look at this later. Okay. Choose to lose. Appetite suppressing.
Yeah, so we're actually...
You stole my idea! I'm just kidding.
We're actually going to launch a new campaign that's going to be called, you ready? Beat the Munchies. So we have Beat the Chief, we also Beat the Munchies.
I'd like to team up with you if I could help. Anything with research or development for your products.
Well, here's the good
share
news.
my lab test results. And
I'm showing you this because Lee and I tomorrow morning are going to make up a bunch of copies which everybody can share, and I'll give it to you.
I love this. Sugar-free?
Wow. Yes, sir. So, but we're the first company, we're now a public company, we're the first company actually to, before we go to market with the CBD infused products, we're doing all the clinical validation with the leading scientists and clinicians in America. So here are a bunch of studies that we're actually leveraging for our own in-house study with Dr. Roger Cady and the Missouri State University. But read the conclusions from the Journal of Headache and Pain magazine. Ready?
yes, please.
Ready? Results, and it comes with a trade name, a code name. So, AM 1241 showed a significant analgesic effect in baseline conditions in both tests. Furthermore, when administered 3 hours after initial administration, at both doses, significantly reduced the total number of flinches and shakes during phase 2 of the test. The final conclusion is these findings suggest that the pharmacological manipulation of the CBD receptor may represent a potential therapeutic tool for the treatment of migraine. Wow. This is, again, these are first ever studies. Okay?
That's great.
And the endocannabinoid system in migraine, once again, we're proving.
I want to read that whole thing.
Which is why I said I'm going to give you. The data. Yeah, I have to make up copies tomorrow morning, and you'll get them from Lee Bostrom.
Okay.
But what's so interesting, what's so fascinating, and the reason we get so excited, is because until recently, no one did the clinical validation that supported all the stuff that we've been saying. We're thinking, we're dreaming about.
You can't. Yeah, you couldn't do it. Well, recently now the laws are lax.
Well, they may be relaxed, but on the other hand, the law is still the law. And to deal with the FDA and the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, you don't want to go around the law. You want to work with the law.
Yes.
So we're working in tandem with the FDA right now.
That's
Good.
Culture studies. It's about time somebody starts to work.
Well, thank God. We're the first company doing it. Our company's called Gelstat Corporation.
I want to help you guys. That's what I want to do. I want to work with I wholeheartedly agree with you. I think you're absolutely ahead of everyone else. This is very revolutionary thinking.
But it gets even better and even more fun. One of our senior board members is a fellow named Paul Buca, B-U-C-H-A. Paul Buca is not only the recipient of the Congressional Medal of Honor, he's also the chairman of the Congressional Medal of Honor Society. And it was Paul Buca who thanked for fun. One of our senior board members is a fellow named Paul Buca, B-U-C-H-A. Paul Buca is not only the recipient of the Congressional Medal of Honor, he's also the chairman of the Congressional Medal of Honor Society. And it was Paul Buca who sits on the board of directors of Gelstat. And when Paul and I started working together, Paul Buca and I started working together, Paul was actually the one who started petitioning the Veterans Administration to legalize the use of marijuana to treat PTSD. Now think about that. Think about the oxymoron logic. If the federal government, which has banned marijuana and or industrial hemp since 1937 as a class 1 drug, and now, as it turns out, they also hold the patent on the extraction process to extract CBDs from marijuana in the first place. The federal government, on behalf of the Veterans Administration, is finally allowing the tens of thousands of veterans who are being treated today with psych drugs and so on. Finally, after all these years, the Veterans Administration has said, we know, this is not we believe, we know that marijuana is treating PTSD successfully. And now we want to legalize it for all veterans who suffer from PTSD. It was thanks to our board member, Paul Buca, that these kinds of efforts are finally taking place. So with that kind of validation, with that kind of clinical validation, with that kind of institutional validation at universities and hospitals and so on, we believe it's now the game changer to finally get the world, not just our government, but the world to sit up and take notice. And
I think it's amazing because you get to come from the standpoint of cannabis helped you tremendously through everything.
Honestly, I can't tell you that it was one silver bullet that saved me. And I'm convinced that it's still the fact that I'm alive and well.
You're great. Yes.
So it's exciting.
And if it alleviated some of the suffering, I bet you could definitely say it must have alleviated much of the suffering.
Well, I was taking massive doses of prednisone because you're taking steroids when you're traditionally taking chemotherapy or traditional medicine. I was feeling miserable. Every other word out of my mouth was a curse word.
No more. No.
Get down.
And after 6 weeks on the oil and the other stuff that I was taking, the CQ cucumber, I started reducing my use of steroids to the point where
I want to try different things like
CQ cucumber can be interesting.
So I'm trying on my phone all of a sudden. Honestly, what's going on?
Larry, again, it's your full name, right?
Yeah.
Yahoo, you got Yahoo right now?
Larry Gershman.
Okay.
G-E-R-S-H-M-A-N. Larry Gershman.
All right.
No periods, no breaks.
Wait.
And you don't mind if people...
L-A-R-R-Y.
G-E-R-S-H-M-A-N.
S-H-M-A-N. M-A-N.
At Yahoo.com.
Is this the company right here?
But these are clinical studies done by other folks.
Okay.
That when we started looking at different protocols, I said, okay, guys, none of these protocols or clinicals were done in the United States.
I'm gonna just put the gum.
So that's why we decided to go live with our clinical trials right here in New York.
The genetic engineer.
He without realizing what he was doing in a sense. He didn't understand the science, but he did understand the science. He knew how to genetically re-engineer and marry up different plants and strains to get the end result of high CBD, lower THC product. And it's amazing to me that not only was he getting lower THC product, at the same token he was also getting high THC, high CBD product. So he was like creating the yin and yang that is amazing to us today, because that's what we're using as the genesis for our nutraceutical products. Is low THC, high CBD product infused into gums, lozenges, pills, liquids, you name it. Okay, again, offer over-the-counter or direct-to-the-consumer branding. This is not a prescription product, and never will be. So very cool.
Thank you.
Okay,
Greatly honored.
Well, we should have some fun, but who would think that the chairman of the Congressional Medal of Honor Society would be the guy to lead the charge to force the VA to treat our PTSD patients with cannabis?
Would you?
Who would have thunk it?
This is off the record.
Email address?
I do. I have everybody down with that.
Okay, because what I want to...
His sons, Dakota. No, but they're not all talking. Oh, you're all here. You are all talking. No, Levi, Dakota, and Lawrence.
Hey everyone, we're here to remember my father, Lawrence J. Ringo. He was one of the greatest men I knew, and one of my best friends. I shared jam day. It was like a church to us, playing music out there with everyone on the ranch. Les, Dave Hollis, Chico, Dave O'Shea, I don't know if he's here yet, and Jason, all the friends we know. He's a great person. He was one of the most caring and selfless people that I knew. He loved people for who they were, not what they did. He was one of my best friends, a great father as well. He taught me the morals of life and how to treat others is the way you'd want to be treated. He cared a great deal about music. He's the one that inspired me to play drums, and my brothers to play guitar as well. He was a great man. We had many moments together. He was, so much to say, I can't even really put words into it, how much I love that guy. And he really meant a lot to me. He helped me learn how to grow. He helped me learn how to play. Give people medicine they need when they need it. It doesn't cure everything, but we know it helps a lot of people. And there's a lot of sick people out there that need it. So, you know, he did more than I could say most people have done.
Right.
And now it's gotten so far and so many people have benefited that, you know, I had to come here to pay my respects and really keep promoting his genetics. And